Hello everybody, welcome to yet another Transformers review. Yes indeed, I am back finally for a requested review. This was basically when I very first mentioned I'd managed to find this guy in my local area. I said I was going to review it and I got quite a response of interest. Even though this figure I am going to be talking about today has been spoken about a lot online. It's not like there isn't any reviews out there for him, but I thought, you know what, throw my name, my head and everything into the whole mix and let's see what we come out with. So yes, so here we go. This is my review on Seige Spinister. Righty then, sorry for the sudden change of location. I started downstairs, I had to come upstairs to continue this. But anyways, so here we go. My review, finally, on Spinister. Spinister! Isn't he a glorious, glorious, glorious boy? So this is him in his helicopter mode. I decided to go ahead and put him in the alt mode first and then transform him back into robot mode. He comes packaged, as many of you will know, already in robot mode. But there's an interesting transformation of how it kind of goes together. It actually got me a bit stumped. I actually got a bit confused by how this cockpit bit would actually work. But it's actually quite clever now that I can do it and understand what I'm doing. The instructions for this guy, I won't say they're very clear, but that goes for instructions. Instructions are never really always that clear, but no, here he is. Absolutely love the combination of colours on this. I'm not a massive fan of pink, but I can kind of just deal with it for this guy, because obviously these are his colours anyways. Even the G1 toy was these colours to a degree. You got this, like, on camera it's probably coming over as blue. It is a type of blue, but it's more of it's more like a bluey green, the tinge that I'm getting from it here. And then you've got like another type of, like a more of a duller type of pink for the arms, as you can see. And then you got like a brighter fluorescent pink for the rest of the helicopter, the rotor bit and the back of the helicopter. So you got a nice Decepticon logo on the tail there. Underneath, that's another cockpit. It's kind of interesting about that cockpit is like the way it's been designed. Like, what is that actually for? Because I can't really say to you that any other helicopters have a second cockpit underneath the fuselage, whatever you call it, underneath whatever. But it's just the way that it's done. It's like both legs are obviously, you know, the four legs are pretty much just the cockpit. But it is quite a nice way of it all goes in there very nicely, very snug. Nothing's loose. It's in there. It's beautiful. Has these two guns as well that post under here. These, or you can put them under there if you want. These flaps, which are his feet, as you can see. So these here are his feet in robot mode. So they plug in there, and they can also plug into the side of the arms here. So yes, rotor spin, really cool. Even the back one has a nice range of spin. Very, very nice toy in do. So let's get him transformed. That is all he does in this mode. So to transform him, we just have to unpeg. Well, let me get these guns off first, that'll be easier. Let's get the guns off. There we go. Unpeg the feet, like so. These forearms you can unpeg as well, so just bring these completely out the way, like that. See? So now, this, just bring the cockpit there, and then just unpeg the underneath. And then just bring that hold a bit down, like so. Do the same with the front, just unpeg. Don't worry about that, that's the landing gear. But these flaps, there's two of them, one for both legs. It's a bit strange, but one of them you have to pop off anyways. You don't, there's no if or but about it. You have to take off this one, which is the other leg, which isn't the landing gear. It's just a flap. But the reason that's there is simply because the legs are really hollow. So they've really brilliantly developed it so that there is actual articulated flaps that close up to make the leg a little bit more nicer, rather than it just being a big hollow mess at the back. So you've got that one which pops off, and this one that has just popped off, which is also the landing gear for the front. But it doesn't matter, they'll pop straight back on again. So, right, let's get straight back to this. So, these, now that you've done that, you just, these feet bits, you just bring up and bend. Just twist, bring in, like that, and just twist, and then they just go straight into there like that. Twist, yeah, twist, so that this bit of the waist, so that design is pointing towards you. Bring down the legs, make sure you twist, because there is a little bit of twisting involved. So you see that there's like a bit of a painting, like a bit of a paint, like sort of thing there. That means the leg is in the right position, so that's what you need to look out for when you're doing the legs. Now, the front back of the helicopter you bring down, unpeg, there we go, unpeg the top bit here, that pegs into there. What that does now is this whole bit here with the Decepticon logo on it, that's the chest in robot mode, that now goes straight into that big gaping hole. So it goes straight in and creates the waist and reveals the head. So now what we do is we'll bring this helicopter bit down, and the bit where the rotor is, that pops straight into there, makes it all beautifully secure. Twist these legs round again, because now that's what you're supposed to do. And then bring down, unpeg the arms, and also bring them down. And then the last thing you do is just fold like that the rotor, bring the rotor upwards, post it in, and those rotors just sort of just stay there. like that. So now we come back to these flaps, these. So we just plug them back in there. They just simply just pop back on. There we go. That'll do for now. And that is him now transformed. And as you can see, it beautifully closed those flaps. Once they're put back on, they beautifully just close up the hollowness, because they are literally, when you open them up, like that, just to show you, they are just hollow and see-through, or transparent, should I say, or translucent, whatever you want to call it. So they beautifully just close up, and they just make it a little bit more convincing in a way. But look how beautiful he is. Just look at the head sculpt. That head sculpt is incredible. The amount of articulation on him is absolutely just amazing. Just look at the range, because this is for transformation, but you have that much of a range of elbow. So you can get really dynamic poses out of this boy. You really can. And also there's a port in up there as well. So if you have a stand, like a display stand, you can display him in dynamic poses, which is great. So there he is. You know, even his legs as well. Sorry, his arms are good. And he's got a good range, so you can get about that much knee bend. You've got 360 swivel of the foot of the waist as well. You got swivel of the legs, and you got knee bend. You got a nice pivot of the foot as well. The head is on a ball joint. It's kind of bops up and down a little bit as well. This figure is... This is the first time I've got him out for the review. It's been up there and on top of that bookshelf in its box prison since I bought it. And I've been waiting for this opportunity to finally do a review on it. It's taken me a little while because of everything that's been going on in life and with work. So I'm just so glad to finally get him out so I can have a good play with him. Since I've been reviewing, it's like outside of doing the review, because obviously I had to change location, I've had to come upstairs to do the rest. While I was tinkering and just getting used to how to transform it, I couldn't put this guy down. He is just so dynamic. Look at those colours, they just pop. Look at the design and the moulded detail on him. He is absolutely incredible. He comes with these two guns, as you would have seen in helicopter mode. So he has this one that looks like a minigun, which is kind of awesome. And he also has this one which looks like it's just like a standard laser cannon. So you can, these beautifully go around the fist. Now they have two ways of posting in on this guy. If you wanted, I will do one of each just to show you what you can do. So one of them, if you so wished, can plug in the forearm like that, or beautifully, there's a post in there. There's two posts actually. There's one there and there's one there underneath. This one, it's moulded in such a way so it actually looks like an extension of his arm if you look at it from the top. What I mean by that, I'll show you that in a second. So let's just post that in there. So from the top, it looks like just a continuation of his arm, the way that it folds around. So just show you of how it works. So that's the fist there, and just look how much it kind of, it's moulded so that it fits the fist perfectly, and it makes it look like as if it's kind of an extension of his arm as well. So that's the range. What you can do, you can post them into there. I actually prefer that look personally. I've always liked mounted weapons, but you can also put them in the fist as well. He is just incredible. I have no bad words to say about it, except for maybe the rotor. It's a little bit annoying because it doesn't. It would have been nice if you could just put, like, you know, kind of press that rotor in a bit, and it just makes it just doesn't move. It's alright at the moment. It's not moving too much, but it's just a bit annoying. But it's okay. I can deal with that. But it is a beautiful, beautiful toy. Hasbro, no, actually, no, this is Takara. This is a Takara Tomy product. But yeah, I am absolutely just look at that head sculpt. Beautiful. Beautiful toy. This really is, you know, this kind of just goes in hand in my latest discussion I did. If you haven't seen my latest discussion video, check the description. I will have a link to it. I basically in that discussion I was talking about the new toys, or the toys that have been released over the last 2 or 3 years, and how much they have wowed me in quality, the plastic quality, the materials used. And I am just absolutely flabbergasted by majority of the toys that have come out for Seige, for Titan Returns, and also for all the other waves during the War for Cybertron toilet lines. I have just been absolutely wowed. There's been a couple of stinkers, but for the most part, I have really been very, very impressed with a lot of the toys that I've seen over the past 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years that I push. But yeah, absolutely love it. So thank you very much for watching this. This was a requested review. I can't quite remember exactly who requested it. I think it got a few people's interest. There was a couple of people that commented when I mentioned I'd bought this, because I got this from a toy shop in Hull, where I live, and I was actually quite surprised to see it here, because we don't really have that many great stuff here. So I was really, really pleased, and I managed to pick it up from a toy shop in Hull, and I posted it on the TFYTC and Transformers and such, and it got a bit of interest of me reviewing it. And also, there's another review that will be coming after this guy, and it's going to be my Refractor 3-pack, or Reflector, whatever you want to call it, 3-pack, that I got about a month or 2 ago. So that's also going to be reviewed. That's going to be my next review after him. So that was another requested review as well. So thank you very much for the interest in this guy, for me to talk about it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. Stay safe. Continue to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Comment, rate, all that good stuff. And I'll be back next time for another Transformers review. So thank you very much for your support again. And see you soon.